Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam harati nimeshat kalas sarvam maya mayamidam akhilam buddhva brahma padam tvam pravisha viditva. Shankara's advice to all of us. People feel so much egoistic about these possessions, because of which they have no time for God. Possession make you egoistic, arrogant. They don't make you humble. And unless you are humble, you will not think of the Lord. So what are the objects about which we feel egoistic? He says, Dhana, Jana, Yavvana, Garvam. Garva means pride. The pride that we feel, the arrogance and the superiority that we feel regarding Dhanam, wealth. When you are wealthy, you don't care for anybody, not even for your parents. They are old people. Old friends, you forget. And wealth can create so much pride and arrogance in us. Jana means popularity. When you are popular, an MP or a minister, you don't care two hoots for anybody. So Dhana, Jana, then Yavvana, youth, and the beauty of the youth, and the excitement of the youth. You forget a whole lot of things. That's why you're teenagers, they don't care for anybody. No respect for anything. So Yavvana, youth and its beauty and its powers. Jana, people and popularity, wealth, dhanam, all these create false, egoistic pride in you. Garvam. Garva means egoistic pride. Shankara's advice is, Ma kuru, please don't do that. Why? Haradi nimeshat kala sarvam. In a split second, they all can be taken away. Your beauty met with an accident, gone. Small accident, gone. Beauty is gone. Memory is gone. You cannot even speak. So a small accident can take away your beauty. Or Janam, popularity. Your popularity in this election, you won that election with a thumping majority. Next election, lost your deposit. Possible. Popularity is not dependable. And finally, Jana, Dhana, wealth, of course, you cannot depend. They all can be taken away in a split second. Haradi nimeshat kala sarvam. Nimesha means before you open your eyes, before you think, it's all gone. Haradi nimeshat kala sarvam. So that means you should not work for all this. Work for all this, but don't feel any pride. Feel thankful to God. If you are healthy, young and beautiful, rich and famous, thank God for that. You should become humble because of that. If you are not humble, these things are of no use at all. So humility is to be cultivated. That's a very important value. The richer you are, the humbler you should be. The powerful you are, humble. Because power is to serve the people. Money is to do good things. Youth is to help old people. When you are a young, strong person, your duty is to help the old and the sick. That's how you should use your youth and youthful powers. So, haradi nimeshat kala sarvam. All these can be taken away in a split second. Maya mayamidam akhilam buddhva. All these possessions are maya. Maya means what? That which will not last for long. That is called a maya. Maya means that which will not last with you for long. They can be taken away. Today's beautiful person become tomorrow's ugly person. And today's ugly person can be called tomorrow's beautiful. The things are all changing constantly. So maya, mayam, all these are maya. Idi buddhva, knowing that Brahma padam tvam pravisha viditva. So you don't depend upon all those. If they are there, you enjoy it. If they are not there, you don't care for it. Because you have already come to a refuge called the Brahman. And that Brahman is seated in your own self. So once you come upon your own self, you have no value for these small things. They are there, it's okay. They are not there. So when you are old, you enjoy your old age also. When you are rich, you enjoy your riches. When you are poor, you enjoy your poverty also. I have not been fasting. I am becoming very fat and obese. Now, there is not much wealth. Therefore, let me stop eating. Let me eat meager food. So everything you can see an opportunity. So be humble. Let's not have pride. So maya mayamidam akhilam buddhva brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Knowing Brahman, enter into Brahman, you say. That's a very interesting phrase. To become Brahman, you have to know Brahman, he says. When you know about Brahman, you are Brahman. Meaning, happiness is not a function of doing. You cannot do something and become happy. Happiness is a function of knowing. You have to know and be happy. When you know yourself, then you are happy. Because most of us are doing something to be happy all the time. And the more you do, the more unhappy you are. So happiness is a function of knowing, not of doing. By doing, you can acquire and accumulate things. By knowing, you can really be happy and fulfilled. This distinction we should understand. When we talk about a materialistic civilization thinks, the more I have, the happier I will be, isn't it? The more I consume, the happier I will be. So we are all the time running behind to have more and more and more and more. So somebody asks you, when is more for you? The question is there. When are you going to say, this is enough for me? When is more for you? It never ends. It keep on going and going and going on. So he says, the idea that the more I have, the happier I am, the more I consume, the happier I am, is a materialistic notion. The spiritual notion is that the less I have, the happier I am. I don't need all this. I need only minimal things. By minimal living, I can be happy. Otherwise, the doctor will tell you, sir, it's time for you to give up sugar. Time for you to give up salt. Time for you to give up raw meat. It's time for you. Time for you to give up drinks. Time for you to give up smoking. Time for you to give up that very fluffy, soft bed. Now it is time for you to lie without a pillow, mind you. Without a pillow. Because pillow gives you all kind of pain. Without pillow, you must lie on the hard surface. Don't they say that? It is time for you to live on minimal needs. Otherwise, your life will be in danger. When the doctor says it, you cannot help it. But before the doctor says, and pay for him also, why don't you understand yourself? And you can lead a happy life, you say. So minimal needs make your life less luggage, make your journey an enjoyable experience. That's what he says, Brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Reach the abode of Brahman. Be humble. Don't feel pride in your positions. And now, Shankara talks about, in a very poetic language, how time passes by so fast. And we are simply sleeping, not knowing all this truth. Time is just running. The meter is running. You don't see that. The meter is running, time is running, we are becoming old, and we have not done the duties for which you have come into this world. We are very idle people. So he says how the time runs so fast. Next. Dinaya minyau sayam pratah shishira vasantau punarayadah kala kridadi gacchatyayuhu tadapi namunjatyasha vayuhu. So time is short. We don't have all the time in the world. Our life is only for 90 years. Within the 90 years, we have to do a lot of things. And the main thing is to realize our spiritual essence, to have that spiritual realization, spiritual knowledge. And for that, there is not much time. Don't postpone that. Oh, tomorrow I will do. Like the school, college students. Tomorrow I will study, tomorrow I will study, tomorrow I will study. And just the day before the examination, their sleepless night, they study, and they forget all that, and they are not able to do good in the exam. Similarly, we are postponing. Tomorrow I will study. Tomorrow I will come to you. There is one man I know, every year he comes to me and takes my schedule. Where are the programs and which place and which date, what is the time. Why he is taking? To avoid me. Because that time he doesn't have to come there. Because if he comes, then you have to study. Because I find him, he takes down very elaborately the schedule and his diary, but he never comes there. So one day I called him, or I understood that his point of taking my schedule is to avoid me those times. Otherwise he will come. He will come and chit-chat and all the gossip and what is happening in politics, this, here, there, he will come. But the class, he will not. And he will give dakshina also. Of what use? He gives dakshina, he meets the Swami, but he will never ever inquire about the spiritual thing. He wants to avoid me at that time. So similarly, we are trying very cleverly, we think we are cleverly avoiding it, but you are slowly making your own burial, your own death, burial ground you are preparing for yourself. You are creating your own traps in the process, very cleverly. You are creating your own trap. So he says, one should see the urgency of the situation. Time is fast moving. Don't wait. This is the time. For this you don't have to look for the right time and auspicious time. To do auspicious things, all time is auspicious. So start it. It's too late. Immediately you have to start it. That's what Shankara says in the next sloka. Dina yaminyu sayam prataha shishira vasando punarayada kala kridadi gacchatyai. Kala kridadi. Kala means time. Time is in a sportive spirit, he says. Time is playing with you. Like a cat playing with the mouse. Time is playing with you, tickling you with many things. Go there, go here, this is there. So, not knowing the time, the play of the time, you are wasting your life, precious life. And in the process, gacchatyayuhu, you are ebbing away, the life is ebbing away from you. You came into this world for a certain number of breath. You have a certain number of breath. Once you breathe that out, you are out. So the time is limited. You have to take several. Life is limited. Life is ebbing away. But what are you doing? You are wasting your time. And it's the evening of your life you realize it. But then it is too late. That's what Shankara says, which we will see tomorrow. Kala kridadi gacchatyai. Tadabidamunjatyasha.